One already. Who's out there? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well out there in La La Land. It is hotter than hell here, even way up here in the mountains. I think we hit about 93 today. That's ridiculous. Up here. What's up, Ian? How you doing, buddy? James, how you doing, my friend? Stripes, what up, bro? How we doing? How we doing? Tiff, how you doing? Great. Sun came out. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear everybody's okay. Awesome. What's going on, everyone? How are you? Ryan, good day, mate. How are you? Great. Chuckles, how are you? Sean, Bob, Ben, how we doing? Yeah, waiting for the hurricane. Yeah, Florida's about to get hit. I hope all my friends down there are doing well. A just cruised through his, so that's cool. Oh, that's good. All right. Stripes, 2 inches of, that's awesome. What's up, Barry? How you doing? How you doing? What are we discussing tonight? That is a great question. So, I didn't necessarily have anything planned, but I've got a couple ideas for some videos coming up that's been really interesting. And in a second, I'm going to walk up onto the lawn. And if you guys watched the last video of recovering those drought spots, and then I also took care of the neighbor's lawn and all of that kind of stuff, I should probably just take you guys up there real quick. So let me just grab this tasty beverage. I don't know about you guys. It is whatever time it is here, and it's Paloma time. So that's on right now. One of those. So let's go up. We'll take a look at the state of the lawn for a moment. And I want to talk to you about something that I did up here. So let's see. Where's a good place to sit right now? Okay. There we go. How's that? Good? Not too snabby. She's holding pretty strong right here. My phone never likes me walking. You know what? Nobody likes me walking. I don't even like me walking. So I did a very interesting thing up here the other day. I've got the grass down really short. Let's see if we can put it in perspective here real quick. I'm going to set my cup on it. I cut that with a rotary mower. So that's, I'm going to be showing everybody how I pulled that off very soon. So yeah, it's down, back down to maybe 3/4 or a half an inch right now. I mean, let's see if I can set the cup just to get a perspective here. Let me try this one more time. Okay, so here's the cup. That's pushing it down into the ground. So where do you think we are? Maybe a half an inch? Not maybe? I don't know. It's not. So anyway, I ran a compare. Richard, you are closer. I think 5/8 is a pretty good number. Half inch is what we were kind of thinking when I first did it. I think 5/8 is a little more regular. I saw somebody say something about stripes. Look, I'm going to tell you something. My lawn does not stripe very well. I don't know if you can see it. Can you guys see the stripes or not? Yeah, no, maybe you can see the stripes. There's a little bit of shading on it. That's pretty much it. My lawn, personally. Signal sucks. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Just straight up to the 5G, and hopefully that works a little bit better. Let's see if that works. Give me a signal if everything is doing better now that I just did that. Better? Good, okay, sorry. It was trying to jump over onto my Wi-Fi down at the house, which is a little bit far away. So hopefully you guys can see that better. I apologize. I'm minimally tech savvy. Okay. All right, so I wasn't really able to read what some of you guys were posting in there. So if I missed it, feel free to jump back on. But somebody did post something about not being able to stripe very well. So my lawn grows laterally, like really, really well. And I don't know if you can really capture this on camera unless you were really here. So I'm gonna try to show you real quick. But so this is Kentucky bluegrass, right? But you see how the grass tends to lay sideways in here? Now, I'm mowing this direction, but it doesn't really make a difference because I get more of a flat cut no matter what I do. So I don't necessarily get striping like I could maybe with a different variety of grass. It's just kind of too dense to do that. So, I don't know. I don't honestly really care about that particular method. I just want it to look good and cut short and whatever else. So, that's pretty much it. Now, for you guys that watched that drought recovery video, that was the spot right there. Look at that. Wait, I go like this? Like this. Maybe I have to make my hand go like this. This is where all those dead spots were. Vito, yes, I do absolutely alternate cut directions. I will go straight down the lawn line this way, long, and then I will actually go across it as well, like at a diagonal, and I just sort of alternate it between those two. So I don't always mow the same way. But yeah, it really jumped back, and it has actually been even hotter. We are in the hottest week of everything right now. I mean, this is pretty ridiculous. I played golf today with Brett from Brett's Grasscapades, and we were down in 102. JCB, new products coming out from Greene County in the future. All I'm gonna say is yes. Yes, but you don't get to know what they are yet, and that's really it. Brett, I just gave you a shout out. Jake, for those of you who didn't know, Jake just left my house on Wednesday. Chuckles, we need to play golfs. That's all I can say to you. We're gonna be doing that. Weekend Warrior just got a great States 18-inch hands. I love mine. In fact, that's usually what I do follow-up cuts with. Look at what Jake said. It looks better in person. Isn't that nice? I usually will do like a powered cut, and then I come back over the top of it with my great States in the following days. Then I do another powered cut, then I come back over it. So it kind of goes back and forth. So, yeah, that's funny. Nice one, Sean. Very funny. No, but he was here actually. Jake got to run my the greens mower that is on permanent loan from the Brett Foundation. And that was pretty cool. So, South Jersey guy, that actually sounds pretty fun. That wouldn't be so bad. You know, we're actually getting down lower here as well. So that's nice. For any of you, I just want to run this out there real quick. So I think I maybe have, oh look, there's a dog. Maybe we're gonna watch him. I hope he doesn't do any bad business right there. He's eating something off the ground. That's never a good thing. Cole, Jake did not experience real break for himself personally, but he did see me experience it firsthand, and I almost went over the handlebars on that. So that was pretty funny. James, yes, GIE. We had a feeling from a company standpoint that it was going to get canceled. That looked like it was coming, and yes, it is sad, but it's probably for the best. You know, 30,000 people go to that thing, and it can be a mess sometimes. So we don't necessarily, company-wise, think it was maybe the best thing to do this year anyway. We have had some other events cancel on us as well. So even, I guess this is a better time than any other else. Probably Longology will be postponed as well. We won't be doing that in January just because the dominoes keep falling in the direction of shows canceling. So we're still weighing that out. That is not a final decision, but it is on our consideration board at the moment. So for those of you who attend that, we'll have to wait. Okay, so Wise Guy just asked a great question. I see this. He says he bought 50 pounds muriate of potash because sulfate pouch is not in stock. How much could I use on my zoysia? 5K without harming. So listen, I'm gonna break this down. And those of you who are getting soil tests from me and who I've been sending recommendations for, this is typically how I would say to do that. You need to apply about a half pound, no more than a half pound of potassium, not fertilizer, but potassium in the summertime when it's hot, because it can have a drying effect and a little bit of a burning. But when it is cool, you can feel free to put out a whole pound. So just keep that in mind. So during summer, I wouldn't put out more than a half pound per 1,000 square feet. Just keep that in mind for those of you who are applying straight up potash. For the rest of you, I want to say that right now I have about 8 or 10 soil tests I've got to catch up on. I think they started from Wednesday, so you guys will see those hitting your inbox by tomorrow morning. So there's a few out there. Okay, Richard Sims, you just asked a great question about 3 different soil tests. You will, if it's way off, and honestly, you're going to need to really take a look at that. If it's way off, you are going to need to treat those areas differently. But for the most part, I have seen people who have different readings front and back, but not enough to really change the suggestion. So probably that's something you're going to want to have, I don't know, me look at. Makoa Vincent, good practice to water after mowing. You know, actually, I think that that's a great way to do it. I guess really I sort of have to leave that up to the person that's doing it, but I like to mow after watering. I think it's one of the best things that you could do. So, is humidity good or bad for turf grass, particularly Bermuda warm season grass? Now, you have to understand that that grass is meant for certain environments, and those environments typically are humid and hot, and that really is, yeah, it's fine for that. Peter Brown, any updates from your outdoor projects? Okay, so I do want to touch on that real quick. That is something that's very, very important. And I want everybody to get this. Okay, so right here behind me, so there's the shed. This is in reverse, so it's a little complicated. There's the shed, right? I am in final stages of getting approval for a building back here. This whole section is going to be a building. And when that happens, all of this is going to get ripped out. All of it. So it's going to change. It's going to change in a big way. And it's been just a long waiting game to get the process done, but this is all going to get taken out. And the question has been, am I going to cut it out and give it to somebody and put it on somebody else's lawn? That's probably actually going to happen. But I don't know. We're going to be building this area up about another 1.5 feet, and I will be changing everything that you see here. Turf up back here, turf where I'm sitting. There's all kinds of stuff that's going on. So it's going to be a big project. It just keeps getting pushed back due to timing with the county and getting approvals done to build the building. So things will be changing around here quite a bit. And I don't think I actually get a final now until around, Ghost Pepper, until around August 11th. So that's what's going on. So anyway, I've been kind of waiting and pausing on the rest of it just because I didn't know how much was going to go in here. That it's a lot. There's a lot that's going to be happening, but this lawn is going to be gone. These rock walls that go down here, this is all going to be gone and raised up a little bit higher. Nathan, I am drinking Palomas tonight. And Craig, I have been using the spray cart. In fact, I actually, I loaned it out to a few people to run some projects on that they had some spraying to do. So it's been out and back quite a bit. Jimmy, that's what I'm getting. This moor lawn area is going to be more than 2 or 3 times bigger than it is now. Yeah, it's at least going to be 3 times bigger than it is now. So a lot of change going to go on here. That's going away. That's even going away. I guess apparently my kids don't want to play on that thing anymore. They just want to swing. So all of that's going to change. It's all changing. Brent, I am still doing a putting green. I'm going to turn around real quick. The putting green is actually going where this building currently stands. This is going away like this. So there will be a putting green all over this area right here. This will be using bent grass. I'm going to bring this out quite a ways. The actual putting surface is going to be around 15 by 15, maybe closer to 18 by 18. And that's all going in this area. And in fact, you probably can't see it, but way back, okay, so there's 2 chairs right behind me here. There's another 2 chairs way back up there. The grass is going all the way up into that section. So it's going way up the hill when this is all said and done. It's all kind of shifting that way. I saw a question about dethatching. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Where was that? What do you think about light dethatching in cool season turf? Go, no go? Go for it. You know, I raked all of that stuff out when I got this kind of drought damaged area. I raked it out, I pulled it aside, I pushed it up to the very top of the lawn where it was even a little more dry and let it just sit up there, all the stuff that I took out. So that's actually growing in pretty nice. I'll kind of show you that. This was that drought stressed area right here. Now I want to point out that was 1 week to fix this. It really didn't take that long. And back over there too, all of that. It was 1 week of intermittent watering on those spots to just make sure that the soil stayed nice and moist to allow it to grow in, and it's come in pretty good. So, I saw a question I'm absolutely going to have to answer. Let's see. So, slip and slide, not been on here for a while. Truckloads of soil. Any guess how many? Yes. So when this gets dug in back here, a good majority of what we dig out, because the new building's going to sit into the hill, is going to go up to level all of this stuff out. I'm probably going to need about 4 or 5 truckloads of soil here and probably 2 truckloads of sand as well. So there's quite a bit that's going to happen. Ghost Pepper, favorite guitar I own is probably one of the originals I bought, which is a 1978 12-string Takamine completely flamed maple guitar that I absolutely adore. And it sits in a case most of the time. I play my J15 more than anything else. So that's something. If you do a renovation, would adding dethatch help to eat up old lawn? Actually, a couple things about that. It's never a bad idea. Just because you're going to add a little bit of extra life to your soil. I think that's a great thing. Maddie, you and I have some things to talk about, by the way. It will help to digest some things as you move along as well. But for those of you, right now it's almost August 1st, right? It's tomorrow. If you haven't used dethatch yet, it is a good time. Because one thing that, I've been noticing from a lot of people who've been sending pictures, Frank Olakais, you get a certain amount of dieback every year, in cool season turf in particular, where you're going to have a little bit of dead grass that tends to show up. And running later in the season is never a bad idea so that you just don't get things matting down. And I actually haven't run dethatch yet on my lawn this year. Probably going to have to do that. Let me roll back up here. I missed a couple things. Moist is a great word. There's nothing else better than that. Ben, yes, I do play guitar. What did you guys shoot in the course today? I had a horrible front 9. I'm going to be honest with you. I shot a 51 on the front 9 and I think a 39 on the back. And Brett shot around a 200. So he did great on the front. And it was awesome. Bermuda Lawns, I do have a custom Telecaster that I do play on a regular basis, but it is not my favorite guitar. It is just an awesome guitar. You are very welcome, William. I don't know, Brent, if I'm going to be able to start on the green this year. I kind of think this is going to be spring projects just because things keep getting pushed back. I think I'm going to get the framework done for it, and I'll be working on that through the fall. Because we're gonna be building like 6 or 7 foot retaining walls back here on this section, plus down below. So there's going to be a lot of work going on around this area, and it'll be sort of a massive change. But I just don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to seed and get that growing this fall. I kind of doubt it. I think it's going to be a springtime thing, and that's all I can hope for. So, Brett, you're funny. You didn't keep score on the backside. Next dethatch after roundup, kill before seeding. Is that? Yes, I know you mentioned that, Milan, that you were going to be doing that. I actually think it's a great idea. Again, you're just adding some extra life to the soil. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a great thing to do. Crabgrass showing its ugly head. Yeah, actually, I've been seeing a lot in the valley, but not any up here. We don't really get it up here. Tiffany, this is interesting. You guys are asking some kind of cool questions. Okay, so this is a jade necklace. It was actually a gift from a trip when I was in Panama last year, and it was a gift from one of the instructors that was down there at the time, and just sort of a thing that was a thank you and to say, you know, this is something you should wear just to protect yourself because you're constantly doing crazy things. Let's see here. Yes, Dean, not yet. And I don't know if we're going to be doing that kind of thing. So Dean, if you're going to continue to use ferrous sulfate, watch your rates on that. Do it lighter more often, I think is going to be the best thing. I don't know what you have for percentage-wise along, for if it's the same as what we have down here, if it's like a 20% iron or not. And you could run that on a fairly regular basis if you mix it down with water and have an effective rate of like 3 to 6 ounces per 1,000 square feet. It won't be too much. Let's see here. I saw something else that I don't want to pass up. Additional products I should shoot alongside the seeding pack when doing a reno. Honestly, Bob, the way that package is designed, it will get your seed up and growing. And if you follow the instructions in there, you will be more than happy. So not really a necessity, if you want to say. Why would nuts up show up at June like normal? Because we've been so dry. Probably, Gary. That's a good question. Likely, it is because you've been dry. Maybe if you're irrigating now, you might be seeing some of that stuff come up a little bit later than normal. So yeah, Dean, try to keep that to a 3 to 6% effective rate. Thoughts on root promoting peptides? You know, I think that there's ways that product or that material can work. From what I've seen, it needs to be applied a lot and on a very regular basis. Anytime you water, you're going to have to apply it again. And I don't think that there's really any super long-lasting effects unless you're doing it on a regular basis. The one thing I will tell you is this, is if you are going to be using it, which it can absolutely grow significant lateral roots, you are going to need to put down more fertilizer to make up for the excessive plant growth. That's just something that you should consider. As soon as you add more biomass and you have roots that are pulling into the soil, you are going to have to feed that more than ever before. I don't know, Sean, I don't know if I saw that. What was the KBG and TTTF? I don't know if I saw that. DLVH, yes, there is a good liquid starter fertilizer. I happen to manufacture that. It's called Green Pop. It's amazing, 1621-2. I would suggest you look at that, especially as it can be as a phosphorus corrective, or it can be just used as a starter. So Green Pop, take a look at it. Ben Howard, no late night snacks around here. Cross Canadian ragweed. What? I don't even know. Okay, let's see. Recover a stress lawn. So if you are going to apply humic, there are benefits to that will encourage more root growth, as well as add a bit more carbon to the soil, which can actually help to retain a little bit more water. And yes, it will help to recover some of those stressed areas. Man, I have not done a live feed in a while. I love these questions that are coming in. Let's see. Shelf life of biostims 2 years. If you can keep them sealed and don't let them get too hot, yes. The couple that I would be concerned about would be like 002 that's in there, the microgreen, because there are a lot of minor elements in there and they can settle out to the bottom and they can crystallize. Same thing can happen with iron. It precipitates and gets to the bottom. Then you have to use hot water to break it up. But all the rest of them, yes. If you just keep them sealed, totally. Best product out there to kill full-blown crabgrass. If you have it in your lawn, it's going to depend on what kind of lawn you have. But I mean, obviously, if you can just shoot it with some glyphosate, that would be one of the best things. What happens to the turf if you continue to apply iron? Okay, so iron, if anybody's been paying attention, there is a product out there called Fiesta, which is actually a weed killer. That is a highly concentrated iron. If you keep putting down iron and keep putting down iron, your grass will eventually turn black. It will stop photosynthesizing and it will die. That's what happens. Brett, I already texted Jimmy. Apparently he wants to come up here and golf this week. Have the bio kit, did some leveling, a few bare spots, say 2 to 3, a few plugs in, what regimens? Okay, so just get the RGS out there on a regular basis, maybe about 1 ounce per gallon. You could even do that weekly and just kind of keep spreading out over the bare spots. That would come out just fine. James, I'm doing fabulous. Thank you so much for asking. AN, are you spraying too much? You would be the only one who can figure that out for yourself. I cannot answer that question. Yes. David, yes. Brown spot TTF, yes. Go ahead and rake those out. Fungicide ought to take care of it if that is the issue. What can be done to get centipede out of Bermuda? Quinchloric 2,4-D dethatched high NPK, or will the fertilizer also give the centipede high? You know, Makoa, I would have to actually look that up. I'm not going to answer that right now. That's not anything that I have ever necessarily dealt with before. Get centipede out of Bermuda. It always seems like it's going to be the opposite way. So let me do a little look. That would be something. Any plans to sell your products directly? I'm not exactly sure what that means. Seems like we do directly now. They were asking about overseeding KBG and TTF. I was going to offer to connect since I'm in St. Louis as well. Well, you may want to do that, Sean. That might be a good idea. I don't know. I mean, if that's something they want to do, I guess it's not a problem. Are they going to kill it off and go that way? I'm not sure. All right. Can I tank your products with Eagle 20? Yes, you may. You can do that. Does AMS really improve effectiveness of Roundup? Nitrogen can improve the effectiveness of Roundup. I know that AMS has been tested with it as well as urea. There are definitely things that you can do to basically make the plant think it's getting fed and get the active ingredients in to kill the plant faster just because it's getting nitrogen. Yes, Jim, that's exactly right. When things sit too long, you have the possibility of precipitation, especially in totes, where cooler temperatures can hit from the bottom. And when you're dealing with something that has a urea basis, like the 700 does, it can precipitate out, and you do get a hardness on the bottom, and it turns into sort of an emerald crystal in that. So, that is that. Poacure I have not heard of, Jose. I can't say that. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. Thoughts on DP MIG-12 treatment? Pulled 6-inch plug and poured in to get the product deeper quicker. I have some sandy soil deep, and the roots aren't getting even to the 6-inch area. Jay Stark, I don't know how your watering regimen is, but a lot of that has to do with water more than anything else on how your roots are tracking deep. In sandy soil, you have a better availability. Honestly, if you're watering right to get your roots down deeper, if you've ever seen people germinating seed in sand, roots go to the bottom. They go to the bottom. But if you're watering shallow or you're not watering enough, they're going to stay towards the top. So you need to make those roots track, and that means you're going to have to stress out your lawn. Recommend a good East Coast soil testing lab. I don't know why it needs to be East Coast. Are you trying to save on money, Craig? I'm not exactly sure why you need that. Honestly, Spectrum's fantastic, and they're based out of Ohio, I think, or Indiana or something like that. Is that East enough? Also, Clemson does a great job. You can send stuff to Clemson. They have wonderful tests. Yeah, Gary, no Friday night surprise. Any issues with my Toyota Tundra? No, I have had no issues with my Toyota Tundra. Not a single issue with my Toyota Tundra aside from the modifications that I've done for it. So if you're not going to lift it 8 inches and throw caps and auxiliary lights and all that kind of stuff, I think the Tundra is a great rig. Don't haul too heavy with it, I will tell you that. But the only thing that it has ever had is brakes. That's the only thing I've ever done to it. It's got 90,000 miles, so just so you know. Brett, I agree with you. I don't really know anything about that. How do you get rid of tall fescue out of KBG, fine fescue, rye mix? You're dealing with all cool season grasses there. You have a salad bar, Utah Jeeper. You may want to start over. That may be the best thing for you. Yes, Jason, you can absolutely do that. That's what I've been doing here. If you've been watching my videos, I've been spoon feeding this for like the last 8 or 9 weeks. That's exactly what I've been doing. So, Blue Muta thoughts in Texas. North Texas, Blue Muta. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Crackgrass be killed or suppressed successfully by mowing low in TTTF. I have absolutely seen that, Olivia. In fact, Brandon Stidham has been doing that. He was doing applications of our 700 green effect, mowing low and burning it out. And I want to say he pulled out about 90%. 90%. Ben Howard, yes, chinch bugs are a very common thing in Florida. I don't deal with them here. I believe that for the most part, people are putting out what, imidacloprid on those things is what seems to be going at that time. Bifenthrin seems to not be working very much anymore. One glove will, absolutely. Use RGS in your sand leveling mix. Watch your video. Worked amazing. Awesome, Makoa. Very cool. Best products for geraniums and flowers in general. 402 is fantastic. Ghost pepper, feel free to put that out. How many amps of aerate should I apply to replace mechanical aeration to loosen up the soil? So here's what's going to happen. Depending on what soil type you have, polo fields, you are going to see greater water penetration every single time you do that. If you're trying to pull plugs to level or do something like that, that is a totally different story. You would continue to do mechanical aeration. But if you want to keep water penetrating deeper, that it works well, even monthly, you can do that. So no worries there. Okay, all right, I gotta go back. Man, there's so many. I'm trying to get back here. Okay, splurge on lawn radio vision. Kubota tractor. Oh man, Rob Wright, you are so lucky. That's awesome. Discuss what each of the micronutrients do for the plant. We all know what iron does, but not much. That is a great idea, Michael. I like that. Frank Schwartz, I do not use beard oil. It's actually very short right now. Have you heard a chemical that breaks up rock called Dexpan? Tiff, I have not heard that. I do not know what that is. That sounds very interesting, and now I'm going to have to look it up. Thank you for ruining my Friday night. I will be looking that up as soon as I'm off this. Let's see. 701 rocks. Yes, great. Bermuda is KBG Amber. I don't know if it would grow. I don't know, Craig. I don't know if it would grow up there. You know, you have a better chance of growing rye in the wintertime. I really don't know. Solarization for killing weed seeds. Actually, I believe that is absolutely true. You know, again, for those of you who are newer here, I have never applied a weed killer to this lawn. Not one time. I have 0 weeds here. And a lot of it is the way I cut it. A lot of it is the density. It's hard for anything to grow when the grass is this thick, you know? So, quite possibly, that is a real thing. Brett, trying to help my neighbor with their lawn. Super compacted clay soil, grass is dying out from the heat. Any suggestions to help her prevent band-aid issues? You could actually put some level of composting material down on the thin spots just to hold a little bit more water. That's the biggest issue you have there. You need to really get the water saturated down into the clay. That takes a long time. If you get an inch of rain and it comes down in 10 minutes, you're only going to get about 1/20th of an inch to actually get in the soil. The rest is going to run off, so you have to take that down slowly, okay? That's all you need to do. Seeding in the spring, viable strategy. Yeah, so that is typically the way people do it, but I think you would have to use something like dithiopyr in that case, because I'm pretty sure Barricade is not labeled for it, so that's something. Okay, Raj. All right, everybody, hold on for 1 second. Just hold on from posting. There's a lot of stuff coming through, but Raj B just asked a question. Can we expect any new product from Greene County with more K? I do want to address this real quick because I, first and foremost, am a liquid company, right? First and foremost, liquid company. And there isn't a good way to get enough K out with a liquid. Bottom line, hands down, not going to happen. You can buy a 0030, 28, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. The app rates on that are so exceedingly low, you're never going to correct issues. If your potassium level was good and you applied a liquid K product, then it will sort of help it along, but you're never going to get the pounds down that you need. Most of the soil tests that I've seen that have come through and sent to me, people are between 2 and 5 pounds down per 1,000. You'll never get there with a liquid unless you want to go broke. You could spray it every single day, and I don't feel right as a business owner to put something out to you guys saying that this is going to correct an issue when I know that it won't. So likely not. Likely there won't be a higher potassium product coming out. So my suggestion to you is to either get a soluble SOP or a granular SOP to fix potassium issues. Potassium does not hold up well in liquid solution unless it is super freaking salty. And that's not good for your lawn. So I want to make sure everybody understands that because I looked at doing potassium acetate. We actually did some tests on some products that I was thinking were going to be fairly unique, but I came back to the same conclusion. It's like, it's a gimmick at that point. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to just to try to sell something to sell it. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I've never used a Liquid K product in my lifetime because it's not going to give a correction. So just look at that before you buy a Liquid K. So that's something I really want to put out there for you guys. Don't just buy it because it says 0030. Most of those applications are like 6 ounces per 1,000 square feet. And what's that going to do? Nothing. If you need to get a pound out, you're going to have to put so much of that and you're going to go broke in the process. So that's the end. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I will just recommend buy some SOP, buy some MOP if you have to. And that's really all it. Craig Martin, the new product that was recently used in the seeding video, you're not going to see that quite yet. We are still doing testing phases on that. He was fortunate enough to pick that up as something that I had in the back of my truck one night, and he wanted to see what it was all about. And it's pretty cool, but we're not quite ready to release that. So, Jason, what can I do to hold more water? Lots of sand, soil, water goes right through it. Okay, water, less time, make your roots chase it. Do one big soaking, let it dry it out. Then do less time. Then do one big soaking again, let it chase it. Your roots are the biggest builder of organic matter. There isn't a great way to put it down. You can apply peat moss, you can do compost, you can do all these things, and I can give you some numbers that will put this in perspective for you so you understand it. If you consider that 1% improvement in organic matter in your soil, okay, in your soil, which will improve your CEC, which will do all kinds of fun stuff, increase nitrate, increase all these different things. 1% is going to be 20,000 pounds. 1%, 20,000 pounds per acre. If you're going to put out compost or manure, that's a big pile of shit. That's a huge, just a big mound that's out there, and you're never going to get that down. If you encourage your plant to push down, push its roots into the ground, and you do that through proper watering and through proper stimulation of the plant, it will shed the roots, it will leave it behind, those will get decomposed by microbial activity, and you will have more organic matter than you know what to deal with. Okay, so that is the absolute best way. All right. Yes, 0048 is available on Yard Mastery. It is on there. Carol, I'll go live again probably this week. I just haven't been doing them for a while. Life has been super busy, so that's all there is to it. Yes, Dithiapure. You got Dithiapure potash granular from Do My Own. It is good stuff. Aerate be applied other than liquid aeration, slightly compacted clay. Andrew, you can apply that if you want to go a little bit more often again and follow sort of some base watering techniques. You could go 3 ounces a week on that if you wanted to. Putting in irrigation, nice. What's your drink of choice tonight, John? I am drinking a Paloma. It is wonderful. File Nitrogen Bliss with the 1801. Yes. It will actually hold up a little bit longer than AMS. It takes a little bit longer to release, but yes, AMS is also a good choice. Del Bud, yes, absolutely. All those can go together. Fantastic choice. Good color, and it will actually get down into your soil. It'll make your lawn pop quick. Awesome, James. Glad to have you on board. Okay. Best cool season type for Virginia area. For a good majority of people, they're using tall type turf fescue, or turf type tall fescue. I think that seems to be the common thing down there. So I think I would probably stick to what's available. It seems to be the best option for you. Awesome, Richard. Glad to hear it. Do you find that the Toro rotary tears your blades? No, actually, I think they seem to be folding okay. Let's just see. Can we see that? This was last cut with the Toro. And you need to understand that it is very hot here. It hit 93 up here. So, we have a little bit of tip. Kind of see the tips are a little bit burned. But that's just because of the heat. Nothing I can really do about that. And because it's a 1/2 inch tall. I don't really mind. Yes. James Petrino, right? I'll tell you that. Absolutely. How can I persuade my wife that watering is money well spent? Chris, all you need to do is walk around the neighborhood. And every time she looks at a house and says, I really like the way that place looks, you can say that's because they water their lawn. Let's see. I put out H12 once a month at 9 ounces, 1,000. Am I better off with that rate? Or would more help me get there quicker? Robert, I don't know what you're trying to get there, but that's a great rate. It's fantastic. Oh, Barrenbrook RPR in Michigan, lots of crabgrass. Kill it. Kill it, burn it with fire. Get rid of it. And then go ahead and seed into it. Barry, current temp right now is 87 degrees outside right now. Right now. Yes, defoamer is okay to use with next products. Go ahead and do that. What height will the putting be? I don't know. Bermuda lawn, I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to go as short as I possibly can. I want it to be legit. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, J-Star, keep it cool. Richard, I'm planning on getting down there before too long. I hope it can happen. Fighting dog spots in non-irrigated lawn. Let's see what this says. How much water should you apply each time? That's a hard one to chase. I'm just going to let you know that. Really, if it were me, and this is a terrible thing, I'm going to say it. You could go get one of those sprinklers that are motion detecting and set that down where the dogs usually pee and just hit whenever they walk out there, just the thing will turn on and spray them and they'll move to another spot so you can recover it, and then just do that in all the other spots. That's going to be the best thing. If you're dealing with serious compaction, how long realistically should it take to loosening this up using the compaction cure? Actually, not that long. You should see greater water penetration. You should see roots getting down there very easily. It's funny when it seems that moist and penetration tend to be a lot of words used in these things. I don't really know why that is. Help most to recover from fungus damage. RGS is wonderful for that. You can backpack it out there. Plan to use tenacity, but I hear everybody talking about the lawns having a headache from the tips turning white. That is normal. That's just what it does. It takes a while for that material to kick in, and honestly, most of the time you have to do a reapplication between 14 and 21 days later. So just so you know, that's something. Humic and RGS on bare dirt before? Yes, absolutely. Lazy, easy, buddy, easy. Will dethatch kill an application Roundup faster, or does it have to die completely first? You can put it out anytime. Matt DeGoyer, I know, I was down there golfing. Blind Guy 210. Yeah, okay. Just get ready to go after it in the fall. That's the best time. You should kill and restart. Or at least, you know, one thing that I've done with a lot of really bad lawns is I've gone ahead and, like, say, smoked it with 2,4-D to start, see what grass is available after all the weeds die, and then I just sort of move through there. So that's what I would do. Will dethatch help accelerate glyphosate application, or does it need to be complete? I thought I answered that. It does not have to be completely dead first. You can go ahead and you can put that out, even together, if you want to. That's fine. It's no problem. Honestly, I'm going to be pretty sad to see this lawn get cut up and buried and a dumpster sitting right here before too long. That's going to be pretty sad. I do want to do one shout out. I think this is really important. I don't know how to say Nawandu. There is boron on microgreen. However, some states don't allow for us to show what's in certain things if it's below a certain point. So there is boron. Magnesium, there is calcium, there is copper, there's a whole bunch of stuff in microgreen, but because the rates, the volume of it is low, they don't want it on the label, so it's all in there. But I wanted to show everybody this. I did a video, see this one little tiny spot left? This was the spot I filled in with turf mend. It was pretty big before, so for those of you who are filling in spots, this one is it's starting to come in. It's not really there, but this was this big when it started. And that actually came in really quick. And I have to remind everybody that was heat of summer that I did that. So yeah, it's something that maybe everybody needs to keep in their arsenal. There's a long blade of grass right there. Look at that. Got it. It's better. It's better now, it's even. Okay, I think that's it. I've been on here for 45 minutes. I didn't actually intend for that to happen, but I'm really happy that everybody got to join me and hang out. What products make the compaction cure? Also, thanks for the soil test reading response. Awesome, Costa. Yes, I did see your response come through. I'm gonna just make an excuse for myself. I was golfing this afternoon, so. Oh, hey, so here's a great question. Jason B, can I use 20 mule team boron? Yes. Yes, and in fact, on many soil tests who've been super boron deficient, I have absolutely recommended that. I think that, you know, if you go down to if any of you have kids that have made slime, you have borax in your house. You can put it out and it will do corrections, and it's very low. I mean, we're talking about like 1 to 2 ounces per 1,000 square feet. It's not very much. So, Robert Butler, just keep your notifications on. I go live sometimes, and we can sit and talk. But yes, the 20 mule team does work very well. I will absolutely send you some, Lazy Lawn, no problem. This is all Midnight KBG, just so you know. And that's what everything is here. There is a little bit of Dwarf Midnight in it as well. Somebody asked me what my favorite turf type is. I'm going to tell you that there will be 3 different ones on my property when you're when this is all done. So, kill it all with fire, Peter. Just do it. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna go finish my cocktail and sit on my rocking chairs, and I just want to say thank you guys, everybody out there, for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the team. Thank you for obviously, supporting me and my family, and I hope that you all stay safe, and you're going to be seeing me real soon. So, later.